Oh my God, the show looked so much better before. What's happening, guys?
What up?
What's going on?
I don't know what that was, but I got to tell you that when you do it and people can't see you, like radio, it's so much easier. You know, you don't have to worry about how you look, what your lighting is like. And a lot of people hung in there for that thing. So hopefully some of them will come back. But poor Leon, man, first time. Yep, we got it, Steven. We know that we're good, buddy. So we apologize for the technical difficulties. But like the professionals that we are, we worked our way through it, didn't we, Drew? How'd I handle that, Toby? Because I consider you probably one of the best broadcasters on the entire Bleacher Brother network behind Defoe and, Luch, and then Drew and Christian and Robbie and Captain Ron. I consider all those guys a little bit higher than you, but how did we handle it, okay?
That was smooth.
Smooth.
Handled well.
Beautiful. Appreciate it.
Great interview.
Like to set an example here. And it would have been better, but we were trying to navigate our way through here. And anyway, guys, we had a lot of stuff to talk about besides FAU hockey. And we brought Toby in because Toby's our baseball beat writer. I mean, he's got his finger on the pulse of everything. And there was big news in baseball this week. There's lots of big news in baseball constantly. Any big signings today, Toby, that we need to know about?
Today, Yankees just brought Loaziga back, but other than that, big trade today with Garrett Crochet going to the Red Sox from the White Sox, and other than that, we have not seen a big signing yet, other than Juan Soto a couple days ago.
Well, the Yankees just had a big signing yesterday, right, with a pitcher?
Right, they signed Fried, but other than that, we haven't seen a major name like Alex Bregman or even a guy like Christian Walker get taken off the board yet. It's been pretty slow, honestly.
It's going to fire out. What more shocking, that Soto went to the Mets or that a Scott Boras client actually signed in December and not the third week of spring training?
I don't know. I really thought that Soto was going to take a lot more time to sign than this. So for me, the fact that he got paid this early is very surprising to me. I thought this was going to get dragged out for a while.
But I got to ask the question. I mean, when you look at the contract compared to like Otani, wouldn't it make sense that he'd sign that? I mean, if you look at the value of the contract and everything else going on, I mean, to me, it was a no-brainer. I mean, you talk about the last contract, Otani, he's getting paid what, $2 million a year, and this guy's getting $305 million over the first 5. Like, to me, it was a no-brainer.
Yeah, you get a $75 million signing bonus. And unlike a lot of contracts, his contract is front-loaded, where he's getting all kinds of money in the beginning. He's got, let me see, I got right here, the deal for the 26-year-old superstar. Let's see. What am I looking at? Juan Soto's contract details. 7 things to know about his contract. 15 years, 765, surpassing the 700 that Otani signed. More than double the value of Judge's 360 and Bryce Harper's 330 with the Phillies. Soto, here's the details, all right? 765, 0 deferred. So the question is, who's going to be on the Mets books longer? Is it Soto or will Bobby Bo still be on the books when this is over?
I think it's going to be pretty close. I mean, I know that's funny, but like that's actually going to be pretty close. And I think Soto's going to have it by a few years, but it's going to be pretty close.
After 5 years, in their clause in there that if he wants to resign, it's over $50 million a year.
Well, yeah. So what it is he's got an opt-out in the 5th year. The Mets can void that opt-out by taking his salary up from 46 to 55 a year, which will make this over $800 million. It'll take it to $805 million altogether. So he's getting $61 million a season for the first 5 seasons, and then the contract goes down to 46. But that's where he can opt out. unless the Mets bring him up to $55 million a year. Better move for the Mets. Does this move help the Mets or does it hurt the Yankees? And I'm not going to take it's both. Because I'm very adamant about how I feel about this. But I'll let you go first, Toby, since you're the baseball guy.
Yeah, I think it really helps the Mets more than it hurts the Yankees. I think the Yankees, they have the money to go out and disperse it around other players to potentially make a competitive team. The Mets, I mean, they talked about it in the playoffs this year. They were a star away from really getting over that hump to beat the Dodgers, and they just added probably the best overall bat besides Shohei Ohtani and Judge in the league right now. So I think it's more beneficial to them because this was a really good fit for them. This is a guy who's going to hit 300, 35 homers probably a year. Even if he's just a DH, this is going to be a guy that's going to be a really big impact to them, especially with Lindor in the lineup too.
When you talk about bats, is that like Judge in the postseason or like the World Series?
No, that is strictly we're talking strictly regular season Judge.
Okay,
not postseason.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Easy, Chief. When was the last time Cincinnati sniffed the postseason?
We won it in 1990, bro. Come on, be easy.
1990. Toby, what year were you born, buddy?
03.
Hey, there you go, Junior. Enough said right
Jesus
there, okay?
Christ, my oldest kid is older than this kid.
Yeah, what were you in 1990, Junior? Like 11? 12?
I was old enough to respect the game of baseball, sir.
Gotcha.
That's what I was.
Okay.
There we go.
Look, the Steinbrenners obviously have the money to pay him that, but I don't care how much money you have. If you're about to shell out $700-800 million, you're losing sleep over that, and you're thinking that, oh my God, what are we doing? So my thought is they were extremely relieved when he dipped out. I think that going to the Mets makes it that much worse, and I see all these Yankee fans on social media burning their Sosa jerseys in the street. I hate to go back to a Robert De Niro movie because I'm not real keen on Robert De Niro these days, but in The Bronx Tale, I remember De Niro playing the father of C, telling C, Mickey Mantle don't give a shit about you. So stop caring so much about Mickey Mantle and the New York Yankees. And that's obviously true to just about every single baseball player on the planet, because Soto and this whole thing that I'm reading, and I don't know how accurate it is, but I'm reading it over and over and over again from good sources, is that the deal breaker was Soto wanted a free suite for his family, and his family at one point, I guess early on, maybe even in spring training, was banished from certain areas of the Yankee complex, and Soto took that personally. So Steve Cohen came in and said, look, all right, we'll give you a suite. And he decided to go to the Mets. But that's a lot of money. And Steve Cohen just went down this road 2 years ago with pitching, with Verlander and Scherzer, and gave them all that money. And he pulled the plug on it 3 months into the season. You have to live with this for the next 15 years. And for Mets fans or the Mets to say, well, we're just one player away from beating the Dodgers. No, they're not. The Dodgers are a team of all-stars. The Mets are now Juan Soto. That's it. And Lindor. But two players are not going to beat the Dodgers. That's almost like saying, I don't know, give me an NFL team that's on the cusp here. Anybody.
The Dolphins.
The Dolphins. Okay. It's like if Brady comes out of retirement and wants to go play for the Dolphins, you might be worse, you might be better, but the Vikings, okay. The Vikings go out and they get I don't know, Nick Bosa, or they get whoever it is. That's going to put them past the Chiefs. I mean, you got to look at the Dodgers as the Chiefs at this point. In one way, I mean, it's clear, especially after last week, that the Chiefs are going to win the next 9 out of 11 Super Bowls. I mean, nobody's going to beat Patrick Mahomes. You either need to stomp them 50-3. Yeah, the Lions. No, I don't think the Lions will. If the Lions don't go up 50-3, and Mahomes can get the ball back with the chance to win the game, he's going to do it. But the point given is no team, and I followed baseball for a very, very, very long time. That was my sport. No one player has made a difference. I mean, Junior, you followed for a long time also.
Look at basketball. They went to the big three, and that's 3 out of 5. So look at the percentages. I mean, you're over 50% all-stars on a team. You know what you're going to accomplish. And not all the time does that accomplish anything, but baseball's a different animal. I mean, there's 9 players, and I don't think one superstar makes or breaks a team these days.
No, and who protects? Because I'm going to tell you this: polar bear's out of there. I think. I don't think they're re-signing Alonso. They didn't want to re-sign Alonso last season, and now you got all that money tied up. And I understand that Steve Cohen's got a lot of money, but it's $800 million. You're going to think about where you spend all of your money going forward now, and you watch this guy become a little bit less generous and a little bit more of a tightwad, I would think. And their whole philosophy changed when they dumped Toby. You remember this, when they dumped Verlander and they dumped Scherzer, and the whole rap out of the Met organization was, you're going to have to give us time. This wasn't the right way to do it. We didn't understand what we were doing. Now we got to figure it out, and we're going to build from the ground up. How's this building from the ground up? I mean, they sold. They had to sell their 2 minor league teams this week to pay Soto's salary, right? Did you know that?
Is that like a real thing?
No, that's a real thing. They sold he sold the AA team, right? Was it the AA team and the AAA team? Yeah, he sold the AA team and the AAA team this week.
Oh wow.
How was the fan attendance at the Met Stadium? Is that still Shea? Where is that?
She's been gone for like 15 years, dude. No, it's Citi Field now.
What's the attendance like? Was the signing just an attendance booster?
No, the Met.
I wouldn't think so. In New York, no.
No, Met fans are gluttons for punishment. They're used to it. They show up for the most, right, Toby? They show up for the most part. I mean, you've worked in inside the Mets organization, haven't you, Toby?
Yeah, no, I worked for the AAA team, so hearing that they're getting sold, it was news to me. No, but the Citi Field crowd is pretty good. I mean, I hear the fans are great.
I hear it's.
I don't know if they're doing Yankee numbers, but I mean, they show out for sure.
How really is there anyone on the panel right now that thinks that this puts the Mets over the top and they're gonna beat the is there anyone on the panel that thinks this puts the Mets over the top and they finish ahead of the Phillies and the Braves next year?
Negative. It's a
reinvigorate. It really might. If they can add if they add a pitcher, it really might.
Is the pitcher going to protect Soto in the lineup?
No, but I mean their rotation is just not very good right now. If they can add like a Corbin Burns or somebody else like a Walker Buehler, even maybe. I mean they could be really competitive.
All right, so let's look at Garrett Cole as an example. He's really been the Yankees' one-star pitcher. I get it. Cortez has had his moments, and some other guys have had their moments, but they had the pitcher. They got the best pitcher in baseball, or one of the best pitchers in baseball. But what has that gotten them? It's gotten them close, but it hasn't gotten them over the top. And besides Cole, they had Judge, and they had, I don't know, I'm going to blank out on Yankees that have been there, that have been decent. Same problem that the Mets have and are going to have on a much bigger scale than the Yankees is that any team, with the exception of the Dodgers, that has won, I can only remember 2 teams in my entire 50 years of watching baseball that have bought a World Series. You can say the Yankees did in 2009 to a point, but they still had Jeter and Posada and Mo and Pettit. So did they really buy it? No, they had the core four there, okay, that were brought up through the organization. So the only team that I ever remember that bought what? Yes, the Marlins. The Marlins in 1997.
Exactly.
They went out, they bought everybody, and they won the World Series. And then they immediately ripped the team apart. And they won it again a few years later, but they won it from the ground up. They won it with homegrown, with Miggy, with Josh Beckett, with AJ Burnett, with Craig Counsell, with Renteria. I'm spitting off some Marlins knowledge here, huh? Who was the center fielder of that team? Oh, it was Juan Pierre.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, with Levon Hernandez, remember that game again in the postseason game against the Braves where he struck out 16, 17 guys? They did give him a strike zone that was like 30 feet wide that game, but still, I see this as just the Mets doing Mets things. And I'll go out on a limb and say the Mets win 0 World Series during this Juan Soto fiasco. I don't know that the Yankees are going to win a World Series anytime soon either, because they're not doing it the right way. It's a problem that the Phillies are kind of having right now, is that they're sort of half and half. They got, some guys like Stott, they got Bohm that came up through the system that were decent looking guys, but now they're looking to unload Bohm. Stott took a major nosedive. So what are we doing now? We're just bringing in Schwarbers and Castellanos, who they're trying to ditch. Harper's got all the money. I don't know. I see the Dodgers and teams like the Padres, who are somewhat. They went out and got some big bats, but they're somewhat homegrown. The Diamondbacks were there. There was a homegrown team. I don't know. I think Juan Soto is a fool for having a free suite make that difference. If you get paid $700 million a year, you can't afford a suite in a stadium. I mean,
he's silly, but let's be real. When you're making almost $1 million a week, does it really matter? Does anything really matter anymore?
I saw the breakdown, dude. It's like he makes like $100,000 a second during this contract. It's sick.
It really sick when you think about how long it takes the rest of us to make that much money.
Well, it takes me 30 seconds, but then I bet my own picks last week in Bleacher Bet, and I lost all the money. So it's first time. This is the first time I ever gave out my 3 Bleacher Bet picks for free, and they all lost. So I will redeem myself tonight. I will let everybody know that right now.
I also want to be on the hook starting tonight, going forward. Old spread covers, back in business, and we're good. And I went back and looked at them picks. I won 3 out of 4.
Steven,
back in the day.
Steven, go back. Get me a spread cover. Don't get me the same one. See if there's another spread cover video from back 15 years ago. All right? You know where to find it. Okay. Toby, you know anything about the spread cover? Did you see that last week?
No.
Junior was the maiden handicapper on the Bleacher Brothers Sports Network way back in 2008. Probably why the Bleacher Brothers Sports Network failed the first go around.
Negative.
Because Junior was the spread cover, is what he called himself.
I'm not going to blame it on my picks. I'll blame it more on being the face. Maybe my face wasn't good, but my picks were money. 75% guaranteed.
7-1. Joe Q 7-1 on his show giving out picks. What we need, where is that?
Anybody can do money lines, though. Come on, Joe.
You know what, though? You can't, and I've always done this. I've always said money lines are a goof. Why would you bet money lines? But I'll get that 1 second, Steven. I'm trying to, I don't think I can do this. Oh, I can do it. All right. Profeta plays money lines every week. But what he does is he bets like a 10, 20 team parlay on money lines. And I'll tell you what, he's cashing tickets. He's taking the early buyouts a couple of weeks ago. he called. He's like, "What do you think I should do? Take the early buyout?" And I said, "Yeah, you definitely should take the early buyout." And he ended up going all 10 for 10 after he took the buyout. So I mean, he put money in his pocket, but he would have put a lot more money in his pocket if he didn't chicken out and he didn't listen to me. I can't find what I'm looking
Again,
for.
you're a bad friend. You're a bad friend, dude.
I guess I am. Steven, you got that? All right, here we go. Here's so this is a guy for Drew and Toby that wants to get in on our bleacher bet action, knowing that we completely rock it. Get
You
Steven, let
guys
it
doing
rip.
this? Don't do
Hey,
this
sports
again
fans,
to me.
the spread cover, he's back, Mr. AKA, Mr. Golden Touch, AKA, if he can't pick it, nobody can, AKA, the boy is handsome. Coming to you live from Syracuse, New York, home of the Syracuse Orangemen and Donovan McNabb. First off, let's start with a wrap-up from last week, okay? First game we're actually going to talk about is Philly heading into New York to play the Giants. Spread cover said take Philly. Fact, it happened, okay? Next game we're going to talk about is San Diego rolling into Pittsburgh. I told you San Diego, Pittsburgh won Baltimore. It wasn't. Spread cover said take Pittsburgh. Fact, that happened. Next game we're going to talk about, we're actually going to talk about Arizona rolling into Carolina. Spread cover told you take Carolina. Let's talk about the next game, okay? Next game we're going to talk about with my lock of the week, my pick it if you got it pick, was the Tennessee Titans and the Baltimore Ravens. Spread cover told you to take the Baltimore Ravens to UD Rock to Section 114. Seats are going to be cold for a while, baby, because the stadium's going to be empty. My lock of the week hit. I told you to take Baltimore. Fact, it happened, okay?
75%.
There was 4 games. 1, 2, 3, 4. Spread cover picked 1, 2, 3 right. That's 75%. Boy, the boy can pick them, okay? All right, let's go into this week, all right? We have 2 games. Hold on one second. Hello? What's up, John Anthony? Yeah, let's do 3 for the money. Yeah, tell the Greek I'll call him back. I'm busy making a video right now. All right. All right, let's talk about this week picks, okay? There's 2 games, all right? Let's talk about the Eagles at the Cardinals first.
Once a
all right? They're gonna
dumbass,
play in Arizona.
always.
Now, this game, these 2 teams, they have one thing in common. That one thing in common that they do have is they both embarrassed Dallas this year, okay? First, let's talk Arizona. Remember the block kick? Remember, my fingers broke. Oh, no, Tony Romo. Okay, we won't even talk about that more. How did the Eagles embarrass them? Let me think. 1, 2, 3. No, it was 44-6. last
God,
game
how
of the year. I
long
know
is
y'all
this
remember that,
freaking
okay?
video,
All right.
dude?
Anyways,
This
last
is
game we
priceless.
got, the
Let it
Eagles by
roll.
3.5.
I like
Fact,
it.
it's going to happen. Take it, okay? The next game, Baltimore versus Pittsburgh. Let's see, number 1 and 2 defenses in the league. I like it. You know what? What else do they have in common? They both embarrassed the hell out of the Dallas Cowboys this year. That's right. Let me think. How did Baltimore do it? Oh, that's right. Baltimore rolled into Dallas. Last game at Dallas Stadium. And beat them. Okay? Jerry Jones, T.O. Can't spell trouble without T.O., baby. Keep them. If you can't handle them, send them down to Miami. The Big Tune will take care of them, okay? But anyways, let's see. How did the other team embarrass them? Pittsburgh. 1, 2, 3. 14 points in 2 minutes? Oh, my gosh. Are you serious? Anyways, Dallas, favorite to pick win the Super Bowl this year? Not happening. Fact, okay? Anyways, Las Vegas has got Steelers by 3.5. 6, actually. Take it, okay? I like it. You know what? You heard it here. The spread covers right here. Nobody can pick them like I pick them. Check me out on Twitter. My Wednesday midweek locks of the week, okay? I picked the Heat this week. Hit it. Check it out next Wednesday for your lock. All right? Anybody can pick them. Nobody can lock them up like the spread cover. You heard it here first. Fact.
Wow, he was like the original internet handicapper. Can you get rid of that, or do I have to get rid of that, Steven?
Somebody do it.
Oh, okay. All right. Remove from scene. Got it. Okay.
I gotta admit,
Alright.
that wasn't a bad video. Like I was way more embarrassed about the video you played last week or whatever.
Oh, wow.
That one I'm starting to appreciate myself a little bit more.
All right, Toby, let's go back to baseball for a minute before we get into this spread cover, bet it if you got it, fact. Uh-huh. What are we looking at? What are you hearing? What's going on at these owner meetings this week?
A lot of buzz around the name Kyle Tucker from the Houston Astros, a guy who's very similar play style wise to, or not like very play style wise, but just production wise to Juan Soto. It's a guy who can do a lot of things in the field and on the base pass and offensively as well. Complete package of a player, really. So you're going to see a lot of teams like the Yankees, the Cubs make probably a big push for this guy. We saw Garrett Crochet go to the Boston Red Sox today. That was probably the biggest pitcher name on the trade block for this offseason. He's already dealt and gone. In terms of free agents, Fried's gone. We're still looking at Corbin Burns. In terms of pitchers, other than that, Severino's already gone. We're still looking at Mets pitcher Sean Manaea to see if he'll re-sign there or if he'll go somewhere else. There's still
Severino
a lot
went
of
to the
names.
traveling A's, right?
He did their biggest signing in franchise history, if I'm not wrong about that.
Wow, look at that.
But yeah, a lot of players to still sign. Alex Bregman's probably the next name that we'll see off the board. That's between the Red Sox, the Tigers, the Mets, and the Yankees. So a lot of names to be signed still, and probably not a very large variety of teams that are going to sign them.
So for the Yankees, are we looking for some kind of big trade? And do the Yankees have
I'd
pieces
say the
to make a
names to
big
look
move?
out for are, I'd say the names for the Yankees to look out for in terms of a trade that I would think that they would trade right now before they sign again, given they just gave Max Fried almost $220 million. But I think they'll go for a move with either Cody Bellinger or Kyle Tucker. I think they might try to make a move where they can get maybe Bellinger and Nico Horner from the Cubs. That would be a move that would fill multiple gaps in that team. If they don't do that, I would not be surprised at all to see them pivot towards Kyle Tucker.
What about Skeens? Can the Mets somehow get a hold of Skeens at this point, or no?
I mean, you might be unloading a lot of prospects for that, and just a lot of everything. I mean, who knows what could happen with that? But I'm sure the Pirates aren't taking many serious offers about that.
Here's an offer the Mets can make to get Skeens. Soto for Skeens. The Mets pay all of Soto's contract. Maybe that's the move. Maybe he's smarter than we think he is.
Yeah, who says no? Who says no?
Oh man. So, Toby, what are we looking forward to after the holiday break with you, programming wise? Let everybody know.
Really, just getting back to the dugout started again for I guess what will be season 2. We're going to get some FAU baseball players on, hopefully a lot more often, and we're going to be doing a lot more college baseball content, a lot more MLB content, hopefully doing a lot more spring training stuff this year too.
So Toby is going to do a spring training tour. It looks like we're going to put together for this upcoming spring, Junior.
Okay.
God, I wish I could point out one exact video for Steven to pull, but he's gone again. Look at Steven. Steven, like he's here, then he's gone, and then he's here, and he's I don't know. It's like 5 minutes to Wapner, and he goes to watch Wapner.
So let's do some comparison videos then. Let's see his tour compared to my tour, and let's see who's better on camera.
Yeah, Junior was the sausage king. He just went around eating sausages the entire time, kind of like Chef Tom. Tasting the food. I got a feeling that Toby will probably put out the best. Are we going to cover the Hurricanes?
Listen, I'll do it really quick.
Yeah.
Not going anywhere. Season's over. Done.
Oh, who, the Hurricanes?
Yes.
Well, they're going to the Pop-Tart Bowl. But no, I'm sure she's talking about Hurricanes baseball.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, I actually do have a question. What do you think about Florida State baseball next year?
They lost a lot of guys. They lost Tibbs, Cam
Yep.
Smith. That's going to be a big blow to them. But they recruit really well. I feel like they're a team every single year I see like at the top of the boards for recruiting. So they're ACC powerhouse. I think they'll be just fine. I would be honestly very shocked if they weren't in the running to at least host a regional this year.
So my question is this: like last year, what I didn't like is it was all about Mike Martin. You know, like dedicating to something to somebody. You know, if you dedicate a season to somebody, I feel like you got to win. But when you don't win, like, how does that feel? You think, or like, does it disgrace Mike Martin at all? Or I don't know how to feel about that as a Florida State fan.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I feel like there's also the argument to be made that maybe you could kind of make it a revenge season and try to do better than you did last year. I mean, they did really good this year, so it's going to be hard
Right.
to get back to that point again. But I mean, they're a storied program. I think that if any team, especially in the ACC, is able to do that, it's Florida State.
Thank you for that. Make me feel a lot better about next year.
All right, Toby,
Yeah, see.
and you're a huge part of Bleacher Bet. What's your running win total right now on Rebet?
I think I'm at like 510 or something.
No, you're more than that.
Over.
Aren't
Over
you?
500. I haven't definitely over 500, but I have to update the app.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull you up here real fast. And do you have anything, Toby, for this week yet, or no?
No, I got me and Drew were taking a look at the college football playoff a little bit, but I haven't been really been like taking a look at anything seriously.
512. You're at 512. I'm at 596. Oh, look at this. Junior popped up. Junior is at 0 wins. So, all right. You got a lot of work to do, buddy, to get on the Bleacher Bet team.
I said, listen, start counting this week. I'm deep diving. I'm in it. The spread cover is back. You heard it here first.
All right. Toby, thank you for checking in with us tonight.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Let's do this. Let's take a quick 30-second timeout here. I don't even have a freaking screen to put up for the timeout, so I'll just put this one back up. We'll be back with our Bleacher Bet picks. We're going to let the spread cover at least pretend he's part of the team here on these picks. Drew, you ready to rock and roll? You got something locked in? All right. We're going to take a quick break first. Toby, have a good night. Everybody sit tight. Hopefully there'll be video again when we come back. And let me get you something here. All right, we'll be right back.
Fingertips have memory. fire. We step on the scene, it's time to roll. Bleacher, that's the name, we aiming for gold. Unmatched in the game, got the stats on lock. TBE, we know how to rock the block. We the kings of picks, making moves, no tricks. Bleacher, bet we making waves. With every pick, fortune paves. TBE, the thrill is alive. Join the ride, watch us thrive. From football to hoops, we break it down nice. Every wager we place, it's precision, no dice. Follow our lead, watch the money multiply. In this betting arena, we're flying high. Got the odds in our favor, feel the savor. Bleacher bet, we make it waves.
Spread cover never had his own theme song, did he?
TBE, the thrill is alive. Join the ride, watch
I'm
us
hearing it.
thrive.
It's hyping me up. I'm ready for my picks.
It's plain to see.
All right, hold your picks. We're gonna start out with Drew, who's been on a pretty good roll this season. To get our picks daily, and Junior can tell you this. So I gave something to Junior on Sunday. Sunday, I said, hey, go and I should have been more specific. I should have been demanding. I should have said, hey, go and do this right now. But it was because we lost. I gave you guys the Dolphins as the absolute positive, win them by 35, crushing the Jets. And they didn't do that. I give them credit. They showed a little heart, and they came back and won that game. Drew got an incredible video at the game. But then I flipped the channel in the first minute of that Rams-Buffalo game, and I saw they had like 49 points in the first minute of the game, and I sent Junior a text. I said, bet the over right now. And, yeah, that game hit over. So
What was my response text, though? What was my response text? Give them full context, AJ. My response text was, you just lost. My wife is pissed that the house payment was spent on the Dolphins from your pick, and we lost, and you wanted me to spend more money that day.
Where the hell are you getting a $25 mortgage payment at, bro? I want one of those. Damn, man. Holy crap. The real estate market's really crashing. I had no idea it was going down that bad.
Be a good negotiator, that's all.
I want to come back also to a couple things we want to hit on. We'll put our picks out there because we need to redeem ourselves, me especially, because, I don't like to lose. But then I want to talk about, and we had all kinds of clips lined up, but with the issue that we had in the first part of the show, I'm afraid to load any clips in until we figure out what went wrong. But that Rams-Buffalo game, did you watch that, Drew? Oh, my God. I did not want that game to end, dude. Yeah, I mean, I was thinking it was going to go – I thought it was going to go over 100. I tweeted out at one point. I said, if you're sitting on 99.5, I think you're in good shape right now.
Drew's muted.
Drew's muted. Hang on. There you go. Now I can hear you. Go ahead. Right?
Yeah, no, I was saying the over of 85 hit. You were onto something. That was a shootout right there. That was a good game.
Yeah, that was. I had the over at 79.5. So the reason why you want to follow us on Rebet is we will do a lot of stuff live in game called live betting. Okay. And, yep, we got Drew fixed, James. But the only way you're going to see that is if you follow us on Rebet. You see something. This is the great thing about Rebet, and this is why it's called Rebet, is if you see something that Drew did and you like it, you can just hit the button on there that says Rebet. It's kind of like share on Facebook.
Unless I make it private.
Unless you make it
but
private.
I don't, guys. Don't worry. So.
Well, you're going to, though, because the only way that people are going to get our picks is we're not giving this stuff away for free. I've been giving stuff away for free for a couple of years now, especially NBA, where I never, ever, ever, ever lose. I mean, like 95% winners on NBA, but I do a lot of stuff in game because I see what's happening and I see the spreads. Like you take whatever team, like here, just for instance, and I don't know what is going on, but and Luker, we may have to scratch your Luker live because of all the issues tonight, but we'll do it next week. Okay. Okay. All right, yeah, lots of technical issues. It's probably is these drones flying over Jersey. It's we got lots of issues, but take a game like Boston tonight. They were given 13.5. Now let's say that Boston's going to win. I think they're playing the Wizards tonight. All right, let me go to scores here real quick, and then Drew, we'll get your picks in. All right, but
Sounds good.
13.5. Boston should cover that. Whereas I'm not even seeing this. That game's not tonight. It must be tomorrow night, that game. It's tomorrow night. Okay, 13.5, a lot of points. So let's say that, but they should cover it. Boston's usually pretty good at home. But let's say the Pistons come out on fire and they go up like 10-2. That line changes. And you can get Boston for a lot less than 13.5. And you know that Boston's going to come back and beat them.
Oh, yeah.
And there was a point 2-3 seasons ago where Golden State never started to play until the third quarter. So they go into a game as a 10-point favorite, and then they would go down by 25. So I would have Golden State minus 10. I'd have Golden State plus 10 because I'm betting live because I know that once the third quarter hit, they were about to turn it on and just go off. So that's why you want to follow us. Here's the deal with Rebet, all right? They're a partner of ours. We do a lot of stuff with them. Sign up with Rebet. All right, it's great. And Rebet's got a live casino in there now, and there's so much stuff that you can bet on inside of Rebet. Also, if you are just a complete degenerate, and it doesn't have to be sports betting, you'll just bet on anything. I mean, they had the presidential election in here when that was coming up that you could bet on, but I was going through the other day. Let me just take a quick look at what Rebet's got listed right now for all of their bets. Let's see, where would I go to? All sports. Baseball, football, ice hockey, basketball, soccer, tennis, MMA, golf, table tennis, rugby, chess, darts, specials. What the heck is under specials? Let me do a drop down. You got the Oscars. You got Strictly Come Dancing, the BBC sports personalities, Dancing on Ice, lacrosse, boxing, Formula One, cricket, and stock car. And then in these categories, you can drop down. Like, where is they had esports on here the other day, where I was literally betting on EPL soccer, but I was betting on two doofuses, gamers, playing against each other. I mean, it's really, really cool stuff. And the thing with Rebet is right now, if you use our link or our promo code, they will give you 100% deposit match up to $100. It means you put $100 in, you're gonna have 200 to bet with you. If you're 100, then you have 100 in bonus bets. And it's a social network. You can follow your friends. You can follow your buddies. You can rebet what they do. You can see their action. You can bet against them. It's one of the newest. It's growing quickly, and there's a lot of different options. But that's where you're going to see. We'll give you a little bit for free here every week. The spread cover, he's on probation at this point.
The golden goose of picking, bro. I'm that guy.
The golden goose of picking.
75%.
75%.
Right. Look, my
I cringe.
really
I cringe when I go 75%. When I go 75%, I don't show my face for days. But Drew, let's start with Drew. Drew, what do you like this weekend? And stay away from my pick because you know what my lock is.
Oh,
this
I know
weekend.
yours.
Okay.
Here's the thing. It's bowl season. It's coming up. Oh, well, this isn't for this weekend, so that's kind of screwed up.
Well, you got something that's in the future. Give us
I
that
do.
a lock that people can take to the bank. You can. And here's the great thing: is you bet it now, you might get a better line than you're going to get 2 weeks from now when the bowl happens.
That's true. Let me see if this game, when this one is. This one's December 20th. How about that?
All right, that's a little over a week away.
Yeah. One thing I like about bowl season is that you are able to take advantage of the teams that are getting absolutely murdered in the transfer portal or their coach is leaving. One thing I love is that there is the all-time useless bowl, the Cure Bowl, between Jacksonville State and Ohio. Both teams got their coaches plucked. Ohio's coach is going to Charlotte. Jacksonville State's coach is going to West Virginia. I really like Jacksonville State in that one. Plus 2.5. I think they're going to outright win that one. So maybe if you want some better value, maybe take money line. But we'll go to the one that I'm just now learning is on December 31st. You guys both watched Ohio State lose to Michigan, right?
Ohio State lose to Michigan, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. That game.
So Michigan sold their soul to go 7-5 and beat their rivals. How the hell are they picked in a bowl game with Alabama? Alabama should be in the college football playoff right now. They're that good.
So what's the
Think
spread
so?
in that game right now?
-10, and they're going to smother
Who's
Michigan.
-10? Michigan's -10?
Alabama.
Alabama
is going to smother the Michigan Wolverines, who were getting beat by 10 by, significantly worse teams. They're losing the Washingtons of the world this year. They're in dogfights with the Illinois of the world. Alabama's going to absolutely smother this Michigan team, and they're pissed that they didn't make the college football playoff. They got weeks to prepare for this one. I like Alabama -10.
Yes, Luch, that's a lock. Bet on us having technical difficulties, and you'll win your money all the time. I don't like that.
You don't have to, though.
I know I don't, have to. And you can prove me wrong. And it's a game I wouldn't touch. I would just not do anything with it.
A lot of bowl games you don't want to touch.
But Alabama's just been so unpredictable this year, and they lose when they're not supposed to, and they don't cover when they're supposed to, and
they want revenge from last year too. I mean, come on.
And what bowl is that? That's the
This is in the ReliaQuest Bowl.
The ReliaQuest
Bowl on New Year's Eve. It's on December 31st.
Sounds like they combined 3 different companies and made one.
They actually did. Hold on, it's a rough one. It's a brutal name. I mean, it's not showing it right now for me, but it's got a brutal sponsor, and then it's the ReliaQuest Bowl.
At one point, maybe there will be the Rebet, Bleacher Brothers, Charmin, Quicker Picker Upper Bowl.
But where is that going to be located, though?
Spread cover.
Well,
spread cover bowl, yeah.
What stadium is that being located in?
That would have to be in Jersey, a bowl like that.
What are we taking over, Rutgers Stadium, or
maybe Rutgers Stadium, maybe the MetLife? Why not?
Yeah, screw it.
MetLife hasn't seen a good football game in years.
Or a local high school game field. Whatever.
Yeah, we could do that. That'd be fun.
I would.
We can go to Luch's hometown.
All right, so let me put this down. So that's the 20th of December. The Alabama game?
No, that's December 31st. So we got a little time for that one.
New Year's Eve. Here's your New Year's Eve lock. Go out of 2024 the same way you came in, as a winner. I mean, Drew's giving you Alabama -10. And that line will probably change.
That line will go back up. It started at 11.5. Okay. Now it's at 10. I think it's going to go back up to 11.5. So get it at 10 right now. You have 20 days. I'd get it in now before I think it'll go to 13 and 12.5-ish. I think that's about right.
Perfect pick for you degenerate gamblers who just gamble because you have to do it. Here's a pick that you can bet today, and you got to wait 20 days.
Yep.
But bet it today because you won't have any money left in your account 20 days from now.
Absolutely.
So go to Rebet, use code Bleacher, capitalized Bleacher, and get the bonus offer for the sign up and lock yourself in. All right, spread cover. What do you got for us?
All right, so since you guys wanted to play my old stuff, I figured I'd go with 4 games again this week, but instead of 75%, I'm going to go 100%. I'm going to start with tomorrow night. I'm going to take the Rams +3.
I like that.
In San Francisco.
AJ
Rams
doesn't like that.
No, I mean, it sucks to be a San Fran fan like it does to be a Miami fan, right?
I don't know what's going to happen in this game, so I'm not going to touch it. The Rams scored a gazillion points, and they looked dynamite against Buffalo, but now they're going to San Francisco, right? The game's in Frisco?
And the Niners played great.
The Niners played
but
great,
it's the Bears.
But they're playing the Bears, and the Niners are just the Niners are just, this is not their season. They're all banged up, and I don't know. But you like the Rams? I'm not going to argue with that.
I'm going on facts.
He's not going to argue like you do with mine.
There's no emotion in this. So I'll start the week off with that, and then this is the probably most controversial pick of the week, but I'm going with Carolina -3 at home.
Who are they playing?
I don't know. It doesn't matter. Let me tell you why it doesn't matter, though. The last 3 games, they've lost. 12-point deficit overall in the last 3 games. They played the Chiefs, the Bucks, and the Eagles.
Yeah, but they were heavy underdogs in those games, bro.
They're
that's why they covered.
Right now, they're playing way above their potential.
They're playing Dallas,
and I don't expect it to decline. And not only that, they're playing fucking Dallas.
They are playing Dallas, which makes your pick even a little bit stronger here.
Exactly. And the way they're playing right now, no way they falter. That right there, you know what? That's a lot.
Okay.
Fact. All right. And then I'm going next.
Let's
game.
hold on before you go on. Let's point out that one of your picks last week was Cleveland over Pittsburgh. Let's
Right.
also point out that the morning of, I convinced you that Cleveland had no shot to win.
Yep.
And did I not?
No, but then I also told you that I dug deeper, and I saw that every time Pittsburgh plays Cleveland at home, they blow them out. I did tell you that, right?
Yeah, yes, you did. You did mention that, yes.
Right. So instead of just like off the cusp, this week I dug deep. So now I'm super confident in what I'm saying.
Okay. All right. So Carolina -3 over Dallas. The Rams +3
Right.
against San Fran. What else you got?
Pittsburgh.
Oh, now all of a sudden he's a Pittsburgh fan. Last week,
Their money, though.
Wilson was overrated.
Wilson
Pittsburgh
is
was
overrated
garbage.
still. Coaching. I'm bringing it all back to coaching. Mike Tomlin. Yes. All right. Pittsburgh +5.5. I'm taking it. I'm taking it all day.
+5.5. Who else?
Are they playing these Phillies? Eagles?
Eagles.
Pittsburgh's at the Eagles, yeah.
Right, but
Tough
think
game.
about it. Every game the Eagles play is tight.
They keep them close. The
Right,
Steelers, two of the
so-
best teams.
Right. So +5.5.
How are the Steelers against the run?
In-state rivalry.
I mean, their
Right?
defense is locked down.
Exactly.
I mean, they're ferocious up front.
And then what did Philly do? Had 100 yards passing last game?
Yeah. Did you guys see AJ Brown's comments?
Mm-hmm.
What do we need to improve on? Passing. It's a
Yep.
pretty crappy answer, but
Yeah,
There you go,
but this happened to Philly last year also.
Oh, yeah.
Turmoil in the locker room was their downfall last year also.
if I was 11-2, I'd be throwing parties in the locker room. These guys are fighting, beating teams 11-2.
That's a Philadelphia thing, buddy.
Yeah, I guess.
So my last pick of the week, I am going with Cincy -5.
Cincy -5. Where are we? Cincinnati over Tennessee, huh?
Right. Let me tell you, I think Tennessee's playing good ball right now, but the one thing people can't stop Cincinnati from doing is scoring. Right? And I don't think that Tennessee has enough offense just to keep up. So I think my 4 picks this week are a lock. And the spread cover said it here first. And you want me to get excited? Pick it if you got it. That's what I'm going with, baby.
The only
That's
thing
4
that
locks.
interests me with Cincy is kind of like Joan Rivers on the red carpet. I want to see what the hell's his name? I'm drawing a blank. The quarterback.
Joe Burrow?
Joe Burrow. What's he going to wear? I mean, last week, I don't know if you saw his outfit, he looked like the carpeting from a movie theater in the 1970s.
Yeah, he's like Cam Newton. He'll wear something new every week.
Yeah, no, he's whack. So, all right. So Drew's giving you a pick. You got to wait till the clock is about to strike midnight and the ball drops to bet this one. But he's giving you Alabama -10.
I can get. Hold on. Let me see this. I like this one too.
The spread cover is giving you the Rams +3, Carolina -3, Pittsburgh +5.5.
Hey, you want one on the day after Christmas?
Cincinnati -5.
Make it-
Sure. Make us wait just 3 days earlier. Go ahead.
Let's take Kansas State -6.5 against Rutgers. I'm only doing this because I've been doing college football all year. It's only right.
-6.5.
Yeah. I mean, they live for these games. They almost won the Big 12. They're not letting Rutgers keep it close.
All right. I'm going to give you one. I have to redeem. It's not going to be NBA because that would be too easy for me.
It's all. Come on.
That,
I need a winner here.
you want a winner? I'm going to give you the same thing that I've been giving you all season long. And, do me a favor. Look up. I need the bowl game with Colorado.
They're playing BYU.
And what's the spread on that?
Let's see.
I may give you 2. I'm going to give you Colorado. I'm going Colorado blind right here.
Colorado, if you had to guess, what is it?
10.5.
-3 against BYU.
Yeah, Colorado. What's the date of that game?
This one's on the 28th, a few days before mine, so
All right. So
everyone can get excited for that.
I'm going to go long distance bet here. Colorado -3.5.
Not even 3.5, 3.
-3. All right.
And it opened at even money, so Vegas is getting all over that.
Everybody's playing.
Yeah.
Dion said everybody's playing. We don't sit out. We don't skip for the draft. And Colorado's been a team all year long that I've been all over.
Oh yeah.
I don't understand why nobody else has been. Last year it was all Colorado, and they sucked. This year they are a good friggin' team. They're a really good team. So Colorado, but that's not where I was going. I'm going to go with Army-Navy game this weekend. Okay? And this is an exciting game. I know everybody's going to be watching this game.
Finally, there's some good football in this one. I feel like usually the traditions are so much better than the football, but this one you could see like some pretty good football. I mean, Army, their quarterback take a tush push for 12 yards. I mean, he'll run through a wall, that guy, so it should be a fun one.
Army's a beast.
Yeah.
I mean, there's just no other way. And I know that Navy, what's my kid? I get alerts. My kid just spent $1.75 on DoorDash at 9:01 at night. She should be in bed. She's got school tomorrow morning. And what the hell are you buying for $1.71 at DoorDash?
She had to get a pack of Skittles.
Skittles, that's what I was going to say, Skittles.
Great minds think alike there.
Army was highly disrespected for the entire first half of the season. You know this because you were on Army also.
FAU was favored against them when they played them.
Yeah, and I mean Army was just a machine.
Yeah.
And Army ran into a bump in the road against Notre Dame. I mean Notre Dame's
they're like
just
the
on a
second
different
best
level.
team in
I
the
know.
country. I mean,
but and Navy was on a really good roll also. They hit Notre Dame. They got annihilated. They haven't really come back. They haven't really recovered from that.
the week after that, they lost to Rice.
Yeah.
A bad Rice team. Like, just not good.
And Army showed no signs of wear and tear after Notre Dame.
They killed Tulane, a good Tulane team in the conference championship. They're a good football team. They might be better than Boise, who got the Group of 5 bid in the playoff. I think they'd beat them. Personally,
I'm going to tell you, I didn't give Army out last week as a pick, and I should have because they did exactly what I thought they were going to do. Now, there's this argument, and I was really hoping to see Coach Ed today, but they had an issue where they had to cancel their show because Coach Ed's got the inside with Army. I mean, he coached there for 13 years. He talks to the coaches, and he called it last week. He said, "Yeah, Army's gonna get this thing done in a big way."
Should have told me that. That was one of my only misses.
Well,
Thought Tulane would
you
beat
should
them.
be watching Coach Ed's show. Coach Ed's show.
I try.
And you would have got that. The argument that I'm hearing this week is you have two similar teams as far as the scheme that they run. So Navy's defense is used to practicing against Navy's offense, which is the same as Army's offense, and it's going to be a very low-scoring game, and that's all bullshit is what it is, okay? Army is going to stomp Navy this weekend. I wouldn't be surprised if it's like a 50-10 score.
Jeez.
That's
something.
And the over-under is incredibly low. I don't know. It's like 35 or 36.
Yeah, that's usually what it is now. Maybe even higher than what it usually is. I mean, the score, it's 13-10 games typically.
Yeah, but these are different teams, and Army's a different team this year. I look for Army. The spread is like 6.5 or something like that. Can you pull it?
It was 6 yesterday.
6.
I could try finding it again.
Yeah, we'll just pull it up on Bleacher Bet.
Yeah, why don't we do that?
Or not Bleacher Bet. I mean Rebet.
Dun, dun, dun. I mean, the last time they played, the game ended at 29 points. So this year, they're expecting the game to have 11 more points. It's 39.5 with, Army's favored 6.5 points.
Yeah, I like Army minus 6.5. I like Army, I like a minus 16.5.
Yeah. Navy throws the ball more. That is one thing. But Navy got smothered by Tulane, who Army just killed.
Yeah, and Tulane throws the ball, don't they?
Yeah.
How did that work out for them last week?
Not very well.
Yeah.
Their quarterback hit the portal right after that and immediately went to Duke. That's the only thing that scares me. What if the Tulane quarterback just wanted the season to be over?
No, you don't go to the
I'm
you don't go to the conference championship game and then check out
But
beforehand.
he was checked out of Tulane because he went right to Duke. So
Speaking of the ACC, I don't mean to interrupt, but like Belichick going to UNC.
oh, that's something else. I love it.
Yeah.
You
He's
love
gonna
it.
kill it.
Well, let me tell you something. All right, I'm a Miami Dolphins fan, Florida State fan, right? So Belichick has killed my life for the last 15 years, and now he's going to go to UNC.
He was on the Pat McAfee show. He was subtly recruiting on it because I have the quote. If I was in a college program, the college program would be a pipeline to the NFL for the players that had the ability to be in the NFL. It would be a professional program, training, nutrition scheme, coaching techniques that would transfer to the NFL. It would be an NFL program at a college level and an education that would get players ready for their career after football, whether that was at the end of their college career or at the end of their pro career. But it would be geared toward developing the player, time management, discipline, and structure. I think that was like just recruiting right there.
So
That's how you recruit. How could you not want to commit there now if the greatest
but let me
NFL coach
ask
of
you
all
this.
time?
Let me ask you this. How would you feel about working with somebody who could be dating your twin?
That is something. That is something.
You know what I mean? Like how do you develop that trust for somebody who can engage in a relationship with somebody your same age?
It's scary. I mean, here's the thing.
50 year difference now. 50 years almost.
Part of his contract was getting his girlfriend into their graduate school for free, and she gets to be a cheerleader too.
This is like Rodney Dangerfield back to school is what this is.
Yeah.
Drew don't remember that.
No,
Yeah,
no,
that was.
way-
I mean, I fake laughed there.
That's a classic movie. You got to watch
Yeah.
it. That's one of the funniest movies ever made.
Phenomenal, great movie.
This is going to be a complete train wreck, dude. I don't.
College football's awesome. I mean, come on, look at all this. UCF's getting their coach back when they went undefeated in 2017. I mean, West Virginia's getting their coach back when they had Tavon Austin, Geno Smith, and they were unbelievable in 2007. 12-team playoff, like college football's so back. It's taken over right now.
Super
awesome.
excited about the 12-team playoff, by the way. Like, this is what college football needed for a long time.
Yep.
So it's here. It's super exciting. It's almost like the NCAA tournament,
Mm-hmm.
like when a lot of teams and FAU.
That's what they should do. They should put 64 teams in the college football tournament.
No, but my point is that like having a variety is something way more interesting than having 4 teams just battle.
Oh yeah. And you can never screw over a team now. I mean, if you're complaining you're not in the playoff now, the only teams complaining are right now Alabama. Well, don't
Hold
lose.
on 1 second. I got something for you.
Don't lose to the 6-win Vanderbilt team. Don't lose to the 6-win Oklahoma team.
Let me ask you this.
That's what I have to say.
You're a college football player.
Listen,
right?
look.
Okay, go ahead.
Where's my camera at? You see it?
If you can't beat us, cheat us. Fair enough.
That's how Florida State felt last year. Like the biggest thing that bothered me about that is there's more than one player on the team, right? So if you have a bunch of seniors, like, or it doesn't matter. You have a bunch of players that work hard for something all year, and because one player gets hurt, you're gonna disallow that team for getting it. Obviously, Florida State would have got destroyed by anybody they played, no doubt. But that's not the point. College football, it's about the kids, and you're not going to let them play in the playoffs because one player got hurt. What does that say to the entire program? This change needed to happen a long time ago, and I'm super excited it happened now.
Yep. That would have never happened if this Florida State team was playing right now. I mean, they would have been number 2 seed behind Oregon.
At least four.
Yeah.
But it would have been something.
Exactly.
Excuse me. Ooh.
We're boring you.
You're a college football player. You're portaled. You're just coming into college football. and you get 2 offers. Belichick or Dion? Who are you going to go play for?
There's so
Dion.
much into
Dion.
it.
As a college kid, you're going to go play for Dion. Belichick is something that is a name that the kids don't respect.
What position am I playing?
Oh,
Doesn't matter.
I'm going to UNC. I'm taking Belichick because, well, one, I don't trust Dion's even going to be at Colorado next year. I think he cares about his son, which is great, but
Dion ain't going nowhere.
Florida State.
Where's he going to go?
Florida State.
if
Florida
I'm a
State.
defensive player, how could you not play for the best defensive mind in football ever? My opinion. If I'm a defensive back, I'm going to the University of North Carolina and I'm getting drafted by the Patriots in the second round of the NFL draft eventually. That's what's going to happen.
How did
It's
Belichick
weird. It's weird.
do
Most
without
people want to be
Brady?
winners. Sorry.
How did Belichick do without Brady?
Wasn't his best effort, but I will say this early, like when they had Brady, but he'd go down. They had the Jimmy Garoppolos and Jacoby Brissett's, and they'd still go undefeated with them.
Did
I've
they
never seen
win?
him go undefeated one time. I think
Well,
there's only one team that's gone
Yeah,
undefeated.
the 72 Dolphins. I agree.
Say
But
it
they,
again?
the 72 Dolphins, I agree.
Woo!
I'm a Fins fan too. But I mean, they'd win games with Jimmy Garoppolo and Jacoby Brissett when Brady went down. They stunk when Mac Jones started playing. That's when they started stinking.
How many ex-players of Belichick's sing his praises and love him when they're done, or even when they're playing for him?
None.
I feel like Edelman likes him, right?
Edelman likes anybody.
Yeah, I guess. Gronk likes him.
Well, Gronk likes everybody too.
The McCourty twins. I could see them on the staff.
I think it's going to go down in flames. I mean, you got to look at who's the greatest college coach we've seen in our lifetime.
Saban.
Yeah, and what did he do? He quit because of the state of college football, because of the portal, because of NIL, and this is the guy. Belichick is all right. Belichick and Brady, that was a machine. Belichick without Brady was a good NFL coach. There's 2 different things. That's why there's a lot of talk about Dion going to Dallas because Dion can't coach pro football because none of his inspiration, none of his God speeches, none of that stuff is going to fly when you're coaching guys making 20, 30, 40, 50 million dollars a year. Okay. I think Belichick is toast. And I think that Colorado is going to be a really good team again next year because LeJonte's got a year left, right? Even though he's a senior, I think he's got a year left to play of eligibility.
You might be right.
I'm thinking LeJonte is like one of the top receivers in the country next year.
You know what school developed him?
yeah, Colorado did.
Yeah, okay.
No, he's just got natural talent. And I'm not a LeJonte fan.
Yeah, you
personally.
are. Yeah, you are. You just brought that
Personally,
up.
I'm not. No, personally, I'm not. The dude ghosted us. He's the only guy to ever ghost us.
Oof.
Yeah, so I don't. I'm not a big LeJonte fan, but the dude is good. You can't take that away from him. You can dislike somebody personally, but respect them professionally. I don't. I don't know. I just think it. I don't know
point.
what Belichick is thinking.
I like what you said right there, though. Like, respect them professionally, but don't respect them otherwise. Who is the number one athlete that you respect professionally, but don't respect them otherwise?
Well, it wouldn't be somebody on the Dolphins because they don't have any athletes.
For me,
on
it
that
is.
Team.
That's crazy.
For me, it is.
Is it Tyreek Hill?
No, for me, all time is Dan Marino.
Dan Marino is a great big crybaby, dude.
Right. Let me tell you something. But professionally, best pure quarterback ever. But I remember like going down to spring training, even when I was like 8, 9 years old. There was one time where
It's called training camp, buddy, in football. Wrong sport.
What'd I say?
Spring training. The spread cover. Lock his picks in.
You know what I'm talking about.
How many
Anyways,
home runs? What's the over-under on home runs for Tua this weekend?
100.
Yeah.
No. But we pulled in the spring training. God damn it. I did it again. We pulled in there, and Dan Marino was getting out of his car, and we tried to run up on Dan Marino to say hello as an 8-year-old, 9-year-old kid, like somebody you worship, and he had security stop us before we could get to him.
Damn.
Wouldn't even talk to us. So like my favorite athlete that I respect on the field, but probably the biggest asshole in the world, Dan Marino.
Yeah, mine's Tyreek Hill. Now that I think about it, I mean all the crap that's gone down with him, but
What did he do to you? You're just pissed because you weren't invited to his backyard training camp where the big fat lady knocked him over.
I mean, he's done a whole lot off the field. Nothing to me, but I mean he's a
What
great
do you
football
think?
player.
Let me ask you this then. What do you think about the whole cop situation down there in Miami, Game 1?
I mean, yeah, it looked excessive in the video. One thing I will say, I think he's dragging it now because he was having a few rough weeks, but like, why was it not brought up before then? If that it was brought up before, he said he's injured still. I don't know.
My opinion is I think we need a celebrity to step out there and stand up for what might be going on to like normal people every single day. Like, so I'm totally for the effort on recognizing what might not be right for normal citizens on a daily basis.
Yeah.
So I absolutely respect that. Like,
If you bring up BLM, I'm cutting your feed right now. I'm letting you know that.
what is that?
Okay, go ahead. You can continue.
No, I'm done. I like what Tyreek's doing with the movement. I respect it, and I think that, I mean, no matter what job you have, you got to be governed. And when you're governed, it's got to be fair. So I like it.
Gotcha.
All right, so let me recap here. I'm giving you Colorado -3, right? -3. We jump on it now.
Yeah.
-3. All right, that's the 28th or somewhere around there. I'm giving you Army this weekend. It's not going to be close. And the game goes over. Drew's giving you what year is the game of that? What year is the Kansas State game? Is that in 25, 26?
Everything's in 2024. Nothing in 25.
Okay, all right. Kansas State -6.5. Alabama -10. And then the spread covers got the Rams +3 at San Francisco. I'm not going to argue with you. Carolina -3 at Dallas.
At home.
I know.
At home.
At home.
They're playing football right now, Carolina. They're
They
playing.
are.
But they're a crappy team.
But Dallas just wants the season to end. It's over for them.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't touch that. Pittsburgh getting 5.5 at Philly. And then Cincinnati -5, wherever the heck Cincinnati was playing. I don't remember.
So Tennessee.
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 Tennessee. So, how do you make even more money with these picks? Especially since half of these picks are like a month away, and Junior's picks are all going to lose this weekend.
Bet.
Go to Rebet. Go to Rebet.
Bet.
Sign up. Follow Bleacher Bet on Rebet, and then turn on your notifications. Because every time we make a move, you'll get notified, and we make a lot of moves during. I mean, right or wrong, I'm not knocking you, but did I immediately get a hold of you and say, bet the over in this game right now?
Absolutely. I was knocking you. That's why I did it. I lost.
Oh, that's what we got as far as Bleacher Bet, and I think that's what we got as far as the show tonight. Steven, is there anything you want to update anybody on real fast here? Is there anything at all worth anything happening that you need to? Because we were going to let Steven do his update tonight, but this show, I felt like was much better when we had no actual video feed.
I like tonight's show.
There's nothing going on. All right. Well, Luker Live will be on next week, and you don't want to miss next week's show. And stay tuned. Joe Q is going to be coming up at 9:30 tonight. And Joe Q is on fire also. And Joe Q has locked his tickets in for Pegasus weekend at Gulfstream, where we will be broadcasting live from Gulfstream Park. This is even further away than these bowl games that you're giving us, Drew. But Q, looks like Defo, Frank the Bank, Chef Tom, everybody will be out there at the track that day. Should be fun and some really good coverage. Bleacher Bet, we want to thank. Who do we want to thank tonight? Leon, we want to thank
Yeah,
Leon.
definitely Leon.
Leon Biller
What
for
about
coming in.
Delco Joe? Can we thank him?
Yeah, Delco Joe came in. Delco Joe knows his hockey. He's got great hockey knowledge, and Delco Joe, he's being part of the community, supporting the FAU hockey club. Which you being an FAU hockey student, how many hockey games have you been to? Or an
I've
FAU
been
student?
to one.
You've been to one. All right.
Yeah,
Well, you need to get back to some of these games because
I do.
I'm telling you, it's a blast. Just dress in layers, dress warm.
The only thing is, I went to one game and it was UCF versus FAU. I go there last year. I go, and the UCF player breaks his femur. So, the game ended 0-0. Took forever, but I had a great time. And you ever have poutine?
Poutine.
It's
No.
hockey food. It's
Heard about
Canadian.
it before.
It's Canadian. It's like cheese fries kind of, but like it's like cheese curds, gravy. It's hockey food. It's good. I like it. So I got that there.
Never heard of it.
You said cheese and gravy. I'm signed on.
Oh yeah, no, it's cheese curds, gravy, fries. I mean, it's money right there. That's hockey food.
How many times you hit the Waffle House this week there, big guy?
I'm never going to the Waffle House. You know this, bro.
Steven's got
Like,
the poutine on the bottom. You got to put it up.
I'm working on it. There's your poutine.
Chef Todd maybe knows how to cook poutine if he's still in the chat.
It's always open.
Oh. So next week is our last show of the year, and it's our big Christmas show. There's going to be a lot of guests. It's going to be a lot of fun. Make sure you check us out. We may even check your local listings, because we may even start early and run a little bit past that day. It should be a wild show. We appreciate everybody for tuning in. We apologize for the extreme technical difficulties here in the beginning. Luch on ice. What is that from? Biscuit pucks?
No eating biscuits on at hockey games. That's like the slang for hockey pucks.
Ah, yeah.
There's a lot of slang in hockey. I've never really got into it.
Let me get us something to go out to here. Here you go. Here's a great song to go out to. All right. So if you want to make some money this weekend, other people's picks, just not the spread covers.
pick my picks, baby. The Golden Goose.
75%.
We're going to be back wrapping up 2024 next Wednesday night. And immediately after the new year starts, look for wall-to-wall programming. Look for the Bleacher Brothers Sports Network app.
Junior's getting his own show, right?
Absolutely. Everybody have a great night, and we will catch you next time.